doing is redirecting any water to the south, where there aren't any neighbors.
Any live neighbors?
Any line. That is
Mr. Chair, you don't have my vote. I just want you to know.
I just wanted to lastly say thank you for being so forthcoming and for agreeing to meet with the neighbors.
Oh, absolutely, and the first neighbor that came up, I met with her probably 15 or 20 times. I met with them often to try to alleviate everyone's fears, and we have actually done some things a little different just to keep everybody happy.
Any other questions of George? Thank you, George. Any other questions, comments?
Just to remind us that the motion on the table is to approve the bid, not the project.
Correct. The project is already approved. Okay. So any more comments?
To that point, then, if the motion for the bid is not approved, where does that leave the project?
It would, to me, it would leave us going out to bid again, because once you approve a project and you don't want to collect the bids because you don't want the dollar amount.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed?
The ayes have it. Next, Mr. Rozell.
Recommendation S2018-36 to the school committee upon a recommendation of the superintendent is supported by the budget facilities subcommittee approved the district order the bid pending approval from the officer of Attorney General OAG. Order the general.
Attorney.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Campbell, second by Mr. Amos. I need to make one correction though, because I don't believe the subcommittee had time to vote on this, so it's a recommendation from the superintendent's office. And the budget facility subcommittee does not have a stance on this at this moment. Okay, so are there any questions or comments?
Secondary correction, Mr. Chairman, pending approval, that approval has indeed come through.
So should we amend the motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to recuse myself in this case.
Yes, Mr.
Ms. Silva, would you be able to explain the bid information that we had in our packet, differences between the bids that are
Sure.
and what the recommendation actually?
So the recommendation is to go with David's at 80, and the reason for that is their bid is for 476 hours worth of work. As well, they are our current auditor. The value added that they bring is they do all of the federal reporting for the four nonprofits that the district oversees. The Right by Five, the Alumni Association, multiple builders, and I can't remember the last one, it'll come to me when we have a look out the door. As well, they're available to us 24/7, 365 with any questions. The second bid from Markham for $990,000. Their bid was for 260 hours. In the technical portion of their bid, they specified that most of their bids of this nature are 350 to 400 hours. So anything over the 260 would be at their hourly rate. As well, they did not reference anything to do with the MTP, which is the Municipal Transparency Portal, for which Bristol Warren was one of the pilot districts for that, and it's part of our financials now, so experience with that definitely was a factor. The final group was PPA LLP. Their bid was $94,350. That was based on 295 hours, and again, additional hours would be at an hourly rate. So all in all, we felt that David's at 80 was the best deal for Bristol Warren.
Could I just ask a couple of follow-ups? One is a clarifying question. Is it fair to say that based on everything you just said, that these bids were described in a dollar per hour rate as opposed to a total price rate, that Higgins to 80 would have been the lowest number?
Yes.
And then on the Higgins to 80 bid, there's three numbers there. There's 96,100, and then in parentheses, there's 9,900, and then there's a number of 106,000, which my math is pretty good. I think that you just add those two numbers together, and the first two numbers together, and you get the third. So can you just describe what those three numbers represent?
Sure. So when UCOA became the agreed upon procedures, that's something between the state auditors general and the audit firms. That was considered an add-on. So as to be able to justify the total cost of the AUP, the agreed upon procedures, the bidders, the audit firms are asked to separate and isolate the hours spent on the AUP.
Did the other two bidders not do that, or did we just not reflect it here because of?
They did in the technical portion, but not on the whole bid.
Thank you.
Just one quick question. Historically, do we have a general idea of how many hours, the previous auditors have charged? Is it closer to the 400s? So therefore the other ones would be running into that hourly rate?
So Hagan Sahadi has been our audit firm for the last 3 years. As far as hours on task, Kyle Connor is out there. He's the manager for our audit as well as one of the partners for Hagan Sahadi. I personally don't know how many hours they've kept on task for that, but 350 to 400 is the general, the average for most units our size.
Any other questions? Comments? You all set, Mike? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you for coming, and congratulations. We look forward to working with you for another 3 years.
Thank you, we do too.
Thanks, Kyle.
Next.
Recommendation S2018-37 of the school committee upon the recommendation of the superintendent accept the school committee resolution contract continuation.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Saviano, second by Mr. Odell. For those of you, just out of curiosity, I actually sent this on to our superintendent once I had noticed of the fact that both the House and the Senate had bills pending for to allow contracts to continue beyond their term under the same terms and conditions. And I thought it would behoove us to pass a resolution in opposition to this. It kind of restricts our negotiating strength if the futures contract or whatever contract it is, union contract, were to be legislatively continued until a new one came forward. We can lose some of our negotiations with them.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I believe that there's only 5 districts right now in the state that have not made the contract continuation resolution against it.
We did it a year ago.
We're fighting up there, the unions are just trying to push it through. Very difficult.
Can I ask a question? Wouldn't it seem like, that it would be for school committees to sort of put the zero raise in the last year of contract so that if it does continue, they have no raises and other things that continue with them? Because I'm assuming that if they get a 2% raise and it continues in the third year, fourth year, am I asking a question that is not,
Is it to follow, is it the third, does the third year of the contract, is that the year that continues?
In essence, the raise wouldn't continue. This came about in
no
war.
additional raise would happen in the fourth year?
Right, and this actually did pass last year, which is vetoed by, or a variation of it was vetoed by the governor.
Yes, Mr. Reyes.
I have a couple of questions that I think are directed to our attorney. The second whereas clause indicates that a Superior Court justice recently ruled.
I'm not intimately familiar with a recent Superior Court ruling. I know in the East Providence case, Judge Silverstein opined multiple times in that decision about the 3-year contract and what his interpretation of that language was. But that, as I'm sure you're aware, that wasn't the actual holding of that East Providence case. And I know that that language has been quoted in other public sector cases. I'm not positive about the recently ruled. I wouldn't want to say that's not accurate. I wouldn't want to say it's accurate. I'm not familiar. The cases I was involved with didn't touch on that particular issue, but Warwick didn't deal with the. Although again, Judge Galloway well cited the Silverstein decision as part of his. It wasn't in his holding.
This resolution came from the Rhode Association.
Right. Oh yeah, it was a direct result of.
No, I mean, this exact resolution came from that.
I understand.
The wording of it.
I understand where it came from. I also have a question about the 5th whereas clause, discussing the requirements of Rhode Island General Law, Section 44-5-2, indicating that it caps the property tax levy for fiscal year 2013 at 4%. I have 2 questions about that. Why is there a reference to 2013? And second, is the cap at 4% absolute, or is there a process pursuant to that statute where the cap could be higher?
I don't know why it quotes 2013. I don't know. And my understanding is that statute can apply.
The cap is 4%. You have to apply for an exception to the cap to go over it. But with anything, it's the rule. It's 4% cap.
Yeah, I'm just not sure why 2013 is in there, but it's not inaccurate.
I have a few comments generally that I'd like to make about this resolution. One is that I think sort of somewhat consistently with a comment that Ms. Campbell made, I think that it's somewhat inaccurate to suggest that this continuing contract resolution inures only to the favor of the unions and the teachers as opposed to potentially in favor of the school districts, because as was suggested by Ms. Campbell, if there's a contract that the school district finds favorable to it, continuing on with it might be something that limits the bargaining power in the other direction. I think, that part of the goal for both the school districts and for teachers' unions and for teachers themselves is to try and ensure that there is no interruption in providing education to students, and that in part continuing contract resolution can help ensure that happens, where there's at least some assurances on both sides that there will be continuing legal obligations that will go on while negotiations go on in good faith, which they're required to by law. So with that said, I have a very hard time supporting this resolution, and in addition to sort of the general policy reason, I think that the resolution itself contains misleading language and perhaps inaccurate language. I'm unaware of any case that is held as described in here. I think that it's misleading regarding the discussion of what the cap is for the property tax levy. And I also think that the final whereas clause, which says that, among other things, that it might force districts to possibly violate state-mandated property tax caps and rise rules and regulations is speculative and inflammatory more than it is fact-based in any real-world examples. So I don't feel I can support this resolution.
Any other comments? Yes, Mr.
Conceptually speaking, I have no problem with the resolution speaking up against the concept of contract continuation because it doesn't sit well with me to have a contract that just goes on perpetually. It doesn't make sense to me in negotiations. However, there is one point in this particular type the way this resolution is worded. Now, obviously, we don't have to adopt someone else's resolution, we have our own resolution, and that doesn't really we want. I would be totally in favor of some sort of resolution from this committee. I would not be in favor at this point with this particular resolution, only because there is one point in the final whereas that really sort of got my cackles up, to tell you the truth. It says, whereas contract continuation will serve as a disincentive for unions to bargain in good faith. And that, to me, that speaks negatively to the honorable function of the union. It truly does. That you know, to bargain in good faith. Who doesn't want to bargain in good faith? I assume that when I sit down and cross my mind. I assume that other side wants to bargain in good faith, and this just creates a disincentive for a union to bargain in good faith. And I think that's really an unfortunate way to phrase something here. I would much rather see, after the word disincentive, say something like the disincentive to negotiate with a sense of urgency. That doesn't really impugn anything on any particular side. It just states the truth. That if you don't have an end to a contract, it does create a disincentive to negotiate because there's no end to it. It just keeps going on and on and on. So why would I feel compelled, why would I be compelled to sit down and say, oh my word, this contract's going to expire tomorrow night, I better negotiate quick. In the case, it ain't going to happen that way if this legislation passes. So, like I say, conceptually speaking, I would be in favor of the resolution, absolutely would. But the way that last whereas is written presently, I truly will not be able to vote for this. I think it's a very unfortunate word. Thank you very much.
Just one of the Andrew has I think in his mind it was more speculative or does he look at this as a stronger partnership?
So are you asking me whether in theory or in concept I'm in favor of this?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in favor. Unequivocally.
I'd like to ask Mr. Odell, I was trying to follow his logic of, you know, the adjustment that he wanted to make to the last whereas. And it seemed to me, Bill, that when you continue to talk, you almost came full circle to actually saying that why would they want to? That would be a disincentive for them. So maybe that, you know, it's the good faith part, but it does seem like this, what's going on is a disincentive for unions to bargain because if they're happy with the contract as it is and they're not going to have other demands or adjustments to their contract. And also it kind of makes it difficult to do it. So I sort of felt that you came full circle to actually agreeing with the way it's written right here and listening to you. I'm sorry.
Interesting interpretation of what I said. Yeah. well, communication isn't what you say, it's what somebody hears you say.
Yeah.
So
that's okay. No, you don't have to comment. I just sort of like I was listening to you because it sounded like you had a point there, and then the more you talk about it, the more it convinced me that this is the right language for that sentence.
Well, if I made it in my position, I would do that. To me, there's a difference between, you know, not having an incentive to do it. You can sit back and say, okay, as part of my strategy, I can kind of bide my time here. But is that necessarily not bargaining in good faith?
Well, I would think a sense of urgency and good faith are similar in this case.
That's fine.
I have a question. So I think there are a few of us who are uncomfortable with the language in this and the accuracy of some of the whereases, or speculatory nature of some of them. Yeah, but I mean, but we also have to vote to accept the draft, so. Like, is this, so if, as Bill said, he would be willing to vote in favor of this if it were amended. Is that something that we do here tonight, or that we could? With some of the comments made here tonight?
I mean, I don't see any issue. It's as someone pointed out, I think Mr. Saviano, this is a resolution that's been drafted by the Association of School Committees, but it doesn't prohibit this body from approving it, rejecting it, amending it as they see fit.
One last technical question. So would we say, so would it have to still be voted on, and if it got voted down, it would be been amended or?
And it's sent to our attorney to be amended based on the comments that he heard. If your motion to amend passes, then yes, we go.
Would I do that now?
Yes.
Yeah, I do think from a timing perspective, not that I'm in support of the resolution, but if we want to pass something that's actually going to get to the General Assembly before they're making any decisions about it, we would probably have to do it tonight rather than before our next meeting. That doesn't mean that we can't amend it on the fly right now. We would have to figure out what we're going to do.
You, most of anybody can, yes. Mr.
Go for it, Phil. 'cause you-
Okay, so since Mr. Campbell thinks that I'm saying the same thing in a different way, then I will move to amend the final whereas. It will remove after the word disincentive, remove the phrase for unions to bargain in good faith, replace that with the phrase to negotiate with a sense of urgency.
Is there a second for Mr. Odell's motion to amend?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Odell, seconded by Schofield. Any discussion on his motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion to amend?
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed.
The ayes have it. So the resolution is amended in that fashion. Are there any other motions or amendments being sought by anyone at this?
Mr. Ramos, did you want to adjust the one about the submit to make it more accurate? And instead of saying recently ruled that, and say recently opined that that's state statute?
I don't, I mean, it wouldn't change the way that I overall feel about the resolution, so I don't think that, unless others care enough to make a revision, I don't think it's necessary.
And just so I'm clear, there may very well be a recent ruling. I think that didn't get by me. I'm aware of prior, and I would say opined if they weren't the focus of the whole decision. But again, this was drafted by the Association School Committee, so my assumption,
So opined would be more accurate?
I would probably leave it as is unless someone has a real strong objection to it.
Okay.
Any other comments? Okay, hearing none, now we have the amended motion or amended resolution. To vote on, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The motion passes. The resolution can be amended and sent on to the legislature. Next, the school committee, reports and initiatives. Marge isn't here for budget. Bill, can you do that?
A couple of items, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. At the next meeting, to be held on the third Monday of each month, there are two items that will be on the agenda for important discussion. The seed versus facade debate will continue. We'll see how that thing plays out. Also, more importantly, that Chief Canario came in at our last meeting, presented his plan to enhance the safety